Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, it's going to be an introduction of our food delivery application that we are going to be building using Firebase, Riverpod, and Stripe for state management, right? So first thing first, before we build this application, you need to make sure that you have basic knowledge of that programming and object-oriented programming. So note that you don't need to be a pro at that programming language or object-oriented programming. The basics will do it. You just have the basics, and then you will learn as you build this project, right? The other thing is you need to have like basic knowledge of state management with set state, right? So you need to be aware of what is state management in Flutter. So if you are not familiar with what is state management in Flutter, I'll put the link in the description to the documentation so that you just browse through it. Make sure you understand state management, what is state management, what is set state, right? Once you understand those things, it's okay now. There's no need to go further. You will learn Riverpod as we build this project, right? And then the other thing that you need to note is that after this course, you should be able to do the following things. So you should be able to build your own applications with Firebase, right? So after we just finish this project, you should be able to build your own applications using Firebase, right? And then the other thing is you should be able to manage state with Riverpod. So Riverpod is a package, a popular package in Flutter that's used for state management, right? After this, you should be able to implement in your projects state management with Riverpod. The other thing is you should be able to implement push notifications with Firebase Cloud Messaging, right? So once we are done with this, you should be able to implement your own push notifications. I'm sure if you have used a food delivery application before, you know that they usually send you like push notifications on promotions, right? So that's what you should be able to achieve. The other thing is you should be able to implement Stripe into your own application. So Stripe is a payment gateway that allows you to collect payments using a credit card, a debit card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and then they recently added Cash App, right? So after these, you should be able to do the following things, right? So now I'll just give you like a demo of the application before we proceed, before we start building the application, right? So I'm just going to give you like a demo of the application. So this is the application. This is on Android, this is on iOS, right? So you can see we have this search text field, and then we have this filter. You can filter items according to their price range, right? And then the other thing is you can also search for the menu. You can also search for the menu, and then you can also see all the categories that are in your, right? All the categories that this maybe restaurant have, right? And then we can also display all the menu items, right? And then also you can also add items to cart, right? This is like the food detail. You can also add some ingredients, for example. And then for example, if you don't eat, let's say if you don't eat onions or tomatoes, you can also select the option, right? And then we can also add like items to favorites, right? We can also add items to favorites. As you can see, this is our favorite page right there. And then you can also remove items from favorites. And then as you can see, now we have this food cart, food app. And then you can see the options that we selected. You have cheese, mushroom, tomato sauce, and then you have like, you can have these ingredients, remove onions, and then remove tomatoes. And then also you can also increase like the amount, right? As you can see, you can also increase the quantity. You can also increase the quantity, and you can also decrease the quantity also, right? And then you can also proceed to checkout, where you have like the user address, city, house number, and then the zip code, right? And then it shows you like the total, subtotal, and then the total. And then you can press confirm if you want to confirm for you to buy, right? If you want to pay, you can also pay with Cash App, for example, right? While it's still processing, we can also come to the iOS version. With the iOS, so we just proceed without an account. The iOS version, you can use Apple Pay to make payments. Let me show you. So you can just authorize test payment here, right? So Apple Pay, let's select Apple Pay, and then you can just pay with passcode, as you can see. Right, now that our payment is successful, and then this one we authorize the payment. If we go back to, you can see now our payment is successful. And then you can go to the settings page. On the settings page, you have this edit profile, which allows you to edit the user's profile information. The address page, right, where you can add an address and then edit the address details. And then like orders, right, customers orders, the accepted orders, if an order is being prepared, status, and then delivered orders, and then if they have any cancelled orders, right. And then we also have push notifications, and then you can just log out of the application, right. So that's all about the application. So in the next video, we'll dive into how we can set up Firebase for this project. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next video. Cheers.